Hello and welcome to my Elite Dangerous, the day-to-day grind, preparing for fleet carriers, space legs, and personal planetary bases. So as we hear more about those things throughout the year, we will bring those to your attention. So stay tuned to my videos and we'll kind of update you on all of those. And we're doing cargo missions between Sothis and Ceos because everything is about credits. Making as many credits as you can. And I've made most of my 8.39 and almost 8.4 billion on cargo from Sothis to Ceos. It's about 550 light years from most of the other inhabited systems in the bubble, but I like hanging out here because if you maximize your reputation with the factions, you can make up to 10.5 million per 180 units. Is this right? And my Python can handle 280, so there's times with partials and things that we get up over 22 million in a run. So, which can take 15-20 minutes if you're not recording, editing, publishing, and all of that. So I can't make as much as I used to, where I could make about 500 million or half a billion per day. I can do now maybe 200 to 250 just because of creating all of these videos. So, is this left? And there's some I've got that's getting close to expiring. 3.5 hours and 4 hours. This one is to Brunel, so we'll be going over to Sothis Mining to pick that up. So we can deliver it and get rid of those, especially those two. It's to Brunel also. That's 3 hours now. And really what we want to go over is the fleet carrier beta for tomorrow. Today is April 6th. On April 7th, 11 UTC, which is 5 a.m. Central Time in the US, I have to have all of these missions cleared out by end of day today. So tomorrow is dedicated toward fleet carriers, or for the most part anyway. And I will be videotaping that interaction. I do have 8.3 billion, and 2 weeks ago I had 6.3. The reason I say that, a lot of times on the betas they take a snapshot 2 weeks earlier, and that's an instance that you play, so you can spend all your credits and do a lot of crazy things and it doesn't affect your primary gameplay. So I've got almost 6.4 now. I had 6.3 then. Now the latest word is you have to have 5 billion in the beta. That's could be of 2 weeks ago or a week ago or even a day ago, based on how Frontier does it. But you have to have 5 billion in your account to own a fleet carrier in beta. Now you can land on other people's fleet carriers if it's set to all, or if you're within their squadron and they've got their fleet carrier set to squadrons, or you're a friend of someone that has a fleet carrier and they put you in their friends list for permissions to land on their fleet carrier. Now my normal gameplay is I play solo, and the fleet carrier will just be a motorhome for my adventures. So mine will be set to none, which is myself only, so it's not going to have the services for others to purchase from or deliver to or any of those things. So I'm going to show you as a sole owner starting tomorrow, and I plan on being part of that beta and purchasing a fleet carrier and trying to learn. I've got a couple of systems kind of mapped out in the Sothosios area, because that's kind of my home base area, which is kind of away from most of the other populations. And we'll go from there. We'll do some cargo missions, we'll do some surface, icy, asteroid mining, and some deep core. I haven't done deep core before, but I'm going to do that for the first time too at some point during the beta. I don't know how long the beta will last. Tomorrow it's just for PC, those that play Elite Dangerous on PCs. So the one in May will include PCs and consoles. So you might have to wait till May. You can grind right now, and we'll show you some of that in this video. We're going to be delivering cargo, and we'll probably make, roughly 12 to 22 million, somewhere in there, just on a single run. So stay tuned. I hope you enjoy. I'll go over the notes I have so far about the fleet carriers, because some of you this might be your first video that you've watched of mine, and you're watching it because you're interested in fleet carrier, space legs, and personal planetary bases. So I will, as the days go by and the videos go by, keep updating you on the latest information that I know. Now, I use a Oculus Rift S headset. It's all VR. I can see around my chair and 360 and all of that. I'm just engulfed in it, and I really like that portion of it. I don't see my gameplay area, my desk, my monitors, all of that. I don't see any of that, because with the VR, you're part of the game. And I like that experience. So I have to lift up my headset to see my notes. Like we said, fleet carriers, the base price is $5 billion. And unless you have 5 billion credits, which is only 3% of the players as currently, most of you will not have the opportunity to purchase a fleet carrier. Now, I video everything. 100% of the time that I'm online, I have 2,100 hours of play time, and I record everything. And I create lots of videos. I have over 500 videos. Engineers, the gathering of materials, gathering the Guardian FSD booster, gathering meta-alloys from the Thargoid surface site, where all those scavengers are, that if you kill them, you get extra ARXs. I didn't kill any while I was there, but it was pretty creepy. To Dab's Hope, Jameson crash site, gathering encoded material, manufactured material, and raw materials, and going skimmer, stinger, guardian skimmer, guardian sentinel, bounty hunting. So I'm not really a combat player, but Sis right. And sometimes the voice attack that I use to map the voice commands doesn't always work. And as you can see, my trade rank and my explorer rank are elite 100%, so I've maxed those out. Combat rank is only 18%, but it's competent, and the next level is expert. So if you watch all my videos, it takes you through every step, and we're in the day-to-day grind. So this means, what is my day-to-day activities? How do I build credits? In the last 2 weeks, I have raised my credit spot from 6.3 to 8.4, almost 8.4 billion. You'll see how I do that, and yes, I could do more if I wasn't videotaping, but I want to share it with you. And I don't get bored quite so fast if I'm sharing my gameplay with the viewers. And I've had right at 2,000 different people that have viewed my videos, and I'm honored by that. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. That way you get notified when I make new videos. I try to be as detailed as possible, so you learn as much as absolutely possible by watching my videos. The advantage you have, you can rewind and play parts of it again if you didn't catch it. And I create so many videos that just watch the next video if I didn't make it as clear as you would like. And you can comment on the comment section of the video, and I try to answer every question and comment, and as many know, I will incorporate that into my video, the answers a lot of times that I have. So I'm not the greatest elite dangerous player that ever existed, of course, and I don't try to act like it. I'm just one of you. If I can do it, you certainly can do it, because I'm not an expert gamer. But I want to bring it to you as just an average user, so it's not too difficult. So where it's, for some of you, it's just a breeze to follow along, to do things, and I've had viewers to say that that I was able to encourage them to grind, and they're up over like 5.3 billion, and now they can get a fleet carrier. So that's great. Hey, that's what we're here for. I hope more of you will succeed. If you succeed, then I have done my job the way I hope to do. So it's all about you succeeding through the game. This is not the easiest game to play. And I do have the beginning series for new players to go through the training, starting with a Sidewinder, purchasing more ships, landing on planets, and shooting at skimmers and stingers, and building your combat rating in a low-risk fashion, and those types of things. Just everything. So just watch more of my videos. I also have a video series on Ultimate Fishing Simulator. That's a pretty cool game. You should watch some of that. That's pretty neat. Everything I do is in VR, so I'm engulfed in it, and that I really love the VR experience. I have an Oculus Rift S. It is a 4K. I had the original Oculus Rift, and it was a 1080. Don't get a 1080. It's just a waste of your money because it's not as good. The 4K is awesome, and I can't wait till 8K comes along. That's reasonably priced, so I'll be switching to an 8K when they come out. I use voice attack for, see, when I look right or left and right, you don't see the panels pop up. It's just left. I have it in voice so they don't get in the way when you're going through an interdiction, or if you're on the planet and you're trying to pick up materials and you look to the left trying to target it and the panels get in the way. No. The voice attack is pretty good. Now sometimes you have to tell it 2 to 3 times. It's not perfect, just like Elite Dangerous is not perfect, and the Oculus Rift is not perfect, so there are issues. So again, tomorrow I will be attending and purchasing a fleet carrier in the beta, and I will be recording all of it. And now the parts that I'm stumbling around because I don't know what I'm doing might not be in it, but when I figure it out, then I will show you how to do it, and those parts will be in the video. So we'll find the fleet carrier vendor stations. So if we come down to contacts, there will be 12 to 13 stations that you will see a fleet carrier management, or excuse me, fleet carrier vendor, and underneath the fleet carrier vendor you will see a showroom of all the fleet carriers. There'll be a default fleet carrier, there'll be a mining fleet carrier, there'll be a trader, and an explorer version of the fleet carriers. I'm going to look at them in detail, and I'm going to show you the screens and detailed of every step through the process. And so you'll even if you can't purchase one because you don't have the credits or you didn't have time to join the beta, you will see it all right here. I will bring it to you. And every time I hear anything about space legs and planetary personal bases, I'm going to bring that to you too. Everything I hear, I'm going to bring to you. And I search the forums for information, and from Frontier about information. I'll always bring that information to you as I hear it. And sometimes our viewers will bring out information, and I'll go check it out first. I do try to verify everything before I mention it, but with Frontier, as Frontier says, sometimes you'll just have to join the beta and see. So that's the answer I get sometimes. Well, you'll just have to join the beta and find out. So we're going to join the beta tomorrow, and we're going to find out. There is another beta in May, and I'll be doing that one too. Yes, I play off of a PC equipment, but also the consoles will be allowed to play or join the beta in May, and then they will be for sale in June. And I will be buying one, and I will be transferring about $1.5 billion into the balance of the fleet carrier. See, me personally, I have a balance of $8.3 billion. The fleet carrier will also have a balance because its weekly cost will be from 10 to 25 million per week, because it's available to the system 24/7, 365. So I'm going to put about $1.5 billion into the balance of the fleet carrier so that upkeep costs can be pulled out of there. It does have over 25,000 tons of storage. Now, everything that you put on that fleet carrier has weight, or almost all of it except for data. Everything else has weight, and that's going to come out of that 25,000 tons of storage that you have on the fleet carrier. So always watch your management console. Like, for an example, when we come to a station, these services windows come up. You'll have one for your fleet carrier. It'll be called Fleet Carrier Management. And you'll be able to see that when you land on your fleet carrier. Is this right? Is this right? Also, see, there's 3 tabs here and there's 2 tabs here. If you have a fleet carrier, you'll have a 3rd tab on this middle row. And it'll be called Fleet Carrier Management. And what they're saying is, no matter where you are, your ship is in the galaxy, and no matter where your fleet carrier is in the galaxy, you'll be able to control it from your fleet carrier management screen. I like that. I really do like that. I can call it, or I can possibly transfer my modules. Let me show you here. I'm going to show you as much as I'm able to. Oh, wrong one. And you can have remote workshop on your fleet carrier too, so that's kind of cool. This is my Python. It's in the cobalt color. The color doesn't look as good in the hangar, but out in space or on the planet, it looks awesome. So you might try the cobalt color on your ship and go land on a planet and get an SRV and back up and look at it. It's just awesome. Or use the remote cameras to circle your ship. It just looks great in space. I have the fins and the spoiler on the back. So does my cutter. I have a Imperial cutter that also has the same paint job, has fins on the side and a spoiler in the back. Well, if they allow me to do that, because they say we're going to have livery, or however you pronounce that, we will have that for fleet carriers. So it'll be in cobalt, and it'll have, I have seen some pictures of some with fins on the side, so it'll have the fins on the side. I don't know if there's a spoiler available, but if there is, I'll have one on it. And I have 81,000 ARXs that I can spend on ships or on the fleet carrier. So the fleet carrier to me is going to be just a mobile home. It's going to have see, I have 72 modules out of 120. Look at the names, look at the bolt next to them. Most of them are modded through the engineers of all types of classes. And now this is not modded, but a point defense. Go to the Guardian surface site video, and my ship had the point defense, and it would knock out the missiles that the Guardian Sentinels would launch at me while I was in my SRV, and it took out those missiles. That was really cool. Frame shift drives, power distribution, shields of different classes, all modded. I mean, there's billions of credits of modules in here that I have modded. And so you'll be able to transfer those to your fleet carrier, which I will. I do have 2 ships. Well, this ship, and I have, see, I'm not at the location, but I have an Imperial cutter that's also here in Cios at Babbage, and it would cost $52,000 in 5 minutes to transfer it here. But when I get the fleet carriers, I'm transferring. Now the Sidewinder is the original Sidewinder that I got when I restarted my profile. I've restarted twice because I got bored. I would have probably over 12 to 15 billion if I didn't restart twice. But I'm not going to do that restart anymore because it's too hard now to get where I'm at if I restart. It takes a while. Now, from beginning to having a Python loaded up pretty much like I like, it took me a week. So I did it because I wanted to see how fast I could get back up to the level that I was comfortable again in the game, and it only took a week. So you can do that too. In the fleet carrier, you will have refueling, repair, restocking available, remote workshop, outfitting, shipyard. Probably advanced maintenance too will be available. The one thing that is not available, and the explorers are not happy, and that's the universal cartographics. And I understand, I'm an explorer too. I wish it was available. So what drives them crazy, and I have to agree with them, in contacts, bounty vouchers, taking bounty vouchers is available on your fleet carrier. So that's a data thing. So why is bounty vouchers allowed to be deposited on your fleet carrier, but universal cartographics is not? Hopefully they'll add that. Commodity market. You can have a full commodities market on your fleet carrier. You can open it up to everyone or just a squadron, your friends. You can buy and sell commodities. So they'll have all kinds of services, and you'll have to hire a crew to run all of those services. And that's where it goes from 10 million to 25 million a week to support your fleet carrier. Let's see. The next thing we need to tell you. Yes. The furthest jump, its jump range is 500 light years. That's quite a bit. It has a 1,000 ton fuel tank. For every ton, or for every light year you jump, it takes a ton of tritium. That's the fuel that it's going to use. And that is mined from icy rings, icy asteroids, and most think it will be between 50 and 90 credits per ton if you buy it at a station. That's what we're hoping, that it is cheap, but based on normal fuel cost, the tritium is based off of hydrogen and lithium and maybe even some helium in there, that it should be in that price range of 50 to 90 credits per ton. So we're hoping so. Oh, when you make your jumps, there is a wait time. There's an hour wait for it to build up. You make your jump, and there's an hour cooldown. So it takes, for every jump, no matter how small or up to 500 light years, there is a wait time. of 2 hours. So if you were going out to Colonia at 22,000 light years, they've estimated it'd be roughly 80 hours to make that jump. You can put some tritium in storage in that 25,000 tons of storage, so you could potentially make that trip all the way to Colonia without refueling or mining by having, say, 21, 22 tons of tritium in your storage and your fuel tank full. Now every 2 jumps you'll probably have to move some of the tritium into your fuel tank, and hopefully they'll have it where it automatically does that, where your crew takes care of that it's always topping off your fuel tank. So that's what we're hoping. Maybe they'll add that in the future if they don't, but we'll find out tomorrow during beta testing. I might have said it, but there will be 12 to 13 stations around the galaxy that you can purchase a fleet carrier. And there's a showroom, so you'll be able to view them, like we said before. Your fleet carrier will have 16 landing bays on it. I don't need 16 landing bays. This is my mobile home. I could take 3, a small, medium, large, and just have them all in the hangars. Would be great, but it has 16, and that's the way it comes. I'd rather save a little money, but they won't let you downgrade to just 3. You have 8 small, 4 mediums, 4 large. So, and at the thumbnail of this video and the beginning of the video and the end of the video shows you 2 of the images that it could look like. Now we'll see more tomorrow. They're in beta, and you will see that because we're going to have a first look at the fleet carriers and an unboxing of the fleet carrier, so you'll get to see the ins and outs. I plan to spend all of my time starting tomorrow in recording in the beta. I have a system that I kind of have picked out near Sothis and Ceos that we're going to have it fly to. My guess is I think it's going to be about 550 light years or more from the nearest station that I can buy it from. So it's probably going to take 2 jumps. It only comes with 500 light years worth of fuel in the fuel tank. The fuel tank is half full when you buy it. Pretty much immediately I'm going to transfer my modules to the fleet carrier, and I'm going to go out and purchase more tritium. At least top off that 1,000-ton fuel tank and add probably another 1,000 to 5,000 tons of tritium into storage. And we'll learn how to transfer that to the fuel tanks, make those jumps. Let's see. There's a tritium depot, so either you or people you give permission can transfer tritium into your storage or your fuel tank through that tritium depot. You can deposit credits from your account. See, right now I have an account of almost 8.4 billion, as you see up there. I can transfer some of that into the fleet carrier. During the beta, I'm going to transfer about 750 million into the fleet carrier. Now in June, when I buy it, I'm going to transfer 1.5 billion from my account into the account of the fleet carrier to make sure it has over a year's worth of management fee, upkeep fee, at most of the time. So I'm going to keep topping it off, to 1.5 billion over time, just where it's always there, because we're going to always be from time to time doing cargo missions between Sothis and Ceos to top off our credits, because not only do we have $5 billion coming out for the fleet carrier and the $1.5 billion coming out for the upkeep cost, but then we got space legs coming, we got the Planetary personal basis coming, and that's probably going to be a DLC, just like Horizons is a DLC. It's an additional cost for Horizons. There's probably going to be an additional cost for the space legs and the personal Planetary base. I don't really see that I have to have a Planetary base. I will be buying one or buying the DLC at that time, so you can see how it works, just like we're going to do with the fleet carrier. So you can always come to my library of videos and find out, hopefully, about almost everything within Elite Dangerous. Okay, let's say you buy this fleet carrier for $5 billion in June. Say July, you're going, I just can't keep up with the grind to supply the 10 to 25 million per week. It can be decommissioned. It takes a whole week to decommission your fleet carrier, and you can't use it during that week, but they will give you $4 billion back after it's decommissioned. So you lose 1 billion credits to decommission. So just keep that in mind. Now, there is no support ships. That was something they talked about a couple of years ago. They even talked about it last year. There are no support ships. Your ships are the support ships. My Python and my Cutter will be the support ships for the fleet carrier. So, take that as it is. So we don't get a whole lot of say-so. We can gripe and we can complain, and maybe they'll change some things, but maybe they will not. Your fleet carrier is indestructible. No one, no alien, no human, no pirate, you can't even destroy your own fleet carrier. And any wear and tear on your fleet carrier, your crews take care of the maintenance of your fleet carrier, but no damage can come to your fleet carrier. I like that because I can hit the wrong buttons at times, and I would sure hate to blow up self-destruct my own fleet carrier. So, nope, can't do it. Just like at stations, if someone fires upon you and you're trying to land at the fleet carrier is going to shoot back at who's shooting at you. They're going to protect the surrounding area, probably within that 7,500 kilometer radius around the fleet carrier, just like stations do. Okay. Player's Handbook. Sysrite. Go to Codex. Go to Player's Handbook. There will be a tab in here called Fleet Carriers. And there will be all kinds of details about fleet carriers. So that's good, because tomorrow during the beta, we're going to look at that. You're going to be able to see everything that's listed about fleet carriers, because I'm going to show it to you in the video that we do. Okay. Where we're going to, well, mine, after I buy it, even in the beta, I'm going to transport it to its new home. Sys left. Let's find its new home. There's one up here. What I want to show you, look at this place. All of these rings are pristine, icy rings. We should be able to mine tritium from all of these rings. And this is an uninhabited system. Since I do not enjoy the pirate side of this game, I want an uninhabited system that I can mine tritium in. Okay, there is another place over here. It's DT, yeah, right here, this place. Yeah, I'm going to have to erase some more bookmarks where I can bookmark it. Let's see if I can kill a few bookmarks. Delete. Let's see what else I can kill. I need to go through and clean this up at some point. Delete. I got way too many. Trying to pick some I don't really recognize. Because I don't want to kill too many and regret it. But we can always put them back. I wish they'd allow for unlimited. Yeah, I'm probably not going to go to Maya anytime soon. Because I already have a videos on it. So we're going to clean up some of it. Okay, so let's go back to Sothis area. Well, that's not Sothis. This is where I want it to be. And then I want to find that again. Yep, there we go. Now I got to do that. This is DTQB321. That's probably going to be the first home of our fleet carrier. So it's one of those two places. It'll be really close to Sothis and Ceos where I make most of my credits. Now what I like about this one over here, this DQ321, is the planets are closer to the stars. So my travels with my Python is not, it's only like 20 light years to Sothis and then to Ceos. So that's pretty cool. Okay, now something else comes up, I'll have to write it on my notes for the next video. Is this up? And I'm always getting attacked and pirates are always threatening me and all that stuff. Is this right? So let's get ready to go to Sothis mining. Is this left? Is this left? I do have it plugged in, so let's get going. Be sure to look to the bottom right of the video and press that subscribe button. That helps me with YouTube and it doesn't cost you anything, and you get notified when I create these videos. I try to make them as informative as possible, but I need subscribers pretty badly.
Landing gear retracted.
Docking clamps retracted. You may leave when ready.
Because that's the only way new publishers get support from YouTube, is through because of the number of subscribers that they have. So please hit that subscribe button. Underneath the video in the description, you will see ways you can donate. Please consider donating. It's extremely expensive to put these videos together, and the storage of the videos and all the software, hardware, production equipment and audio equipment and all those things, and the gaming equipment that I need to produce them. So please help me out there. Underneath the videos to the left, you'll see my YouTube channel, GFM_RDG, where there's over 500 additional videos for you to watch on about every topic possible.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one, engage.
Yeah, I have a 24/7, 365 on-call job too. So I've got like these 2 full-time jobs, and none of them pay. Well, this one don't pay really anything except for donations, and my other job don't pay very much either. So I need all the help I can get to continue to produce these hopefully entertaining, educational, and informative videos. That's my goal. Just left. So what we're going to do, we're going to come over and pick up some missions from Sothis Mining. It's a small medium. I can't land my cutter here at Sothis Mining, and it has the best paying cargo out of all the stations around here. We do palladium or palladium, however you pronounce that, and gold pay the most. Palladium first, gold second, and then the others follow after that. Sis left. We have 18 cargo missions that I have to finish delivering before end of day. And some of them are getting closer to expiring in 2.5 hours. So we've got to deliver those so they don't expire and we don't get fined for not delivering those. We do watch that bottom sensor because pirates have superpowers. They can pop in out of thin space anywhere they want to pop in at. They can travel across the system and most of the galaxy within seconds, which the rest of us can't do that either. So they have been given superpowers by Frontier. And that is one of my complaints. They should not have superpowers. They should have the same powers that all the rest of us have, which are just normal. So now I play solo, so all of these are NPCs. You can tell because all the squares are solid. If they were hollow, when you see them, that would mean that you're in open play, or you're playing with your friends, and those would be hollow. And I'm not saying that your friends are hollow, but on the sensor they're hollow. So yeah, my humor is very dry and very dull. Sorry. I do like seeing everything when I come up to planets, because pirates like to slam you into planets and stars and things like that. They want to kill you. They want to steal from you. They want to kill you. They want to destroy you. Because that's what they're all about. The green ones are security forces. I have been interdicted before by a security force, and they said they wanted to inspect my ship. Well, I did not give in. I did not submit, And I went on to the station because my mentality is that if they want to inspect my ship, I stop at enough stations that they can inspect my ship at the station. Sis left. And I have ships that try to beat me to the request docking. So I have to hit it right at 7.50.
Docking request denied.
Yeah, and see, this ship beat me to it before I could get to the 7.0. So I go hovering over the landing pad, so it makes it a little bit more difficult. When it's the same ship, there's two ships. It's the same ship all the time, no matter where I'm at in the galaxy. These same two ships try to beat me to the landing pad. So it's part of that obstacle course mentality that this game has. Yeah, I kind of want to be upside down. Sis up. Sis left. Sis left.
Docking request granted. Landing gear deployed.
If you get too close to the pad, they threaten to fine you for loitering. So
Docking successful.
I hover over
Engines
top of it.
disengaged.
It's to show my disapproval of that. They probably have very few during the day, but no matter where I go, those same ships are trying to beat me to the landing pad to request docking. This is one of the only games that I play that they try purposely to aggravate you. And it's on purpose. Sis left. We're going to Brunel, and this is deliver 180 or 41 of 180. To Brunel. Sys left. Brunel, deliver 3 of silver. There's a Rutil 3. I will probably pick all of the small ones up that are going to Brunel. Silver, Brunel. That's what I like about those small ones. If you donate to the factions, they'll give you those small ones. Sys left. And see, that's going to take, see, the 2-hour one, the 3-hour one, and then we're in the 10-hour. Brunel, help civil unrest with 180 palladium. To Brunel. You can't take all of that one.
Maximum capacity.
And we only needed 6.9, so let's see how much we got. Sys left. So there's a 10.5 right there. We're already above it. So 10.5, 10.8, 11.8, 12, 13 million right there. And then a partial. We still have some lots of 10-hour ones that we need to deliver. So let's see, Sys left. Sys left. Okay, we're at 18. I'm not going to take on anymore because I said by noon, 15 is where I'm trying to be, and probably by 4 or 5 o'clock it'll be down to 10 maximum. So we're not taking on anymore. Sys left. Brunel. And if you like interdictions, you're going to see plenty of interdictions. I have a minimum of 3 in CEOs and a maximum of 7 in one Super Cruise. And it's only like 314 light seconds away, but we'll have 3 to 4 or more interdictions just in that short period. So let's get going. Underneath the video to the right, you'll see that subscribe button. Please press that. I need that to get support from YouTube. Doesn't cost you anything, but it really helps me with YouTube and allows you to be notified when I make more videos on fleet carriers,
Ship released. Engines engaged.
and space legs and planetary personal, and deliver this cargo and get over 8.4 billion
Drive
in
charging.
credits. Because that's what it's all about, credits. Grinding credits.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Because in this game, everything is about credits, really. You need all the credits you can get. And there's always some kind of grind. That's why it's the day-to-day grind series. And it's only 300 light seconds, but we're going to be interdicted quite a bit. The rumor was, it was a good job he found me first. He's here every time I get here. So I don't know what that founding me first was all about. Because it's just a canned message. I do slow down because they're going to try to send you all over the system during the interdiction. Just pay attention. You can't just do it lackadaisical. You have to try to stay with it and get as much blue on the left side as possible. You know, sometimes they'll there'll be a runner and they'll take off running, and it takes you a little bit to catch them, so you want as much advanced points that you can get. There's a second one. Like they'll chain them together a lot of times. That wasn't for sure chain, but it was close to it. I use Oculus Rift S with its wireless controllers. It's not really precise as much as probably the HOTAS would be. I have a HOTAS, but I like the wireless ability of these controllers. And I can have them in the controls in my lap instead of down beside. And it's just what you get used to. Here's another on the sensor. You see that little square dot behind us. We're going to be interdicted for a third time in just this little span of 300 light seconds. And when I used to mention that I got interdicted 6 times, they would say no one's ever been interdicted 6 times. We've never seen that. I made the interdiction video. That was the first video that I created, the one of 6 in the cutter. And then they says, well, it was because you're stacking missions. Well, what happened to the no one's ever seen 6+ interdictions? They change their story every time that they tell it. Sis left. So I'll set Super Cruise Assist, and we can see if we can get there without being interdicted. We are looking on the 6th. Let me break out and go around. I like having the enemies in front of me or beside me, not behind me. So we're just going to kind of come out and turn in to it to move them. So we watch our 6. Well, I thought it was on the other side. Well, it's not. It's on this side. I like seeing everything like the other planets because pirates love throwing you into planets or into stars. So they're pushing you into them, and I don't like that. So see, my ship is complete, most of it's completely modded. The hull and the shields and the power plant and the thrusters and the FSD drive, and so it really helps.
DeLacy, Romeo Golf, India.
Sis left.
Landing permission will be granted upon request. Welcome to this federal
Incoming mission
starport
fit.
command.
And pirates will come out of Super Cruise and nearly hit you or hit you with their ship. I've been hit many times. Look up the videos on pirate attack and you'll see it.
Automated docking assist is now in progress.
And about a week ago I was inside the station leaving. I was in queue for auto launch, and an anaconda that was right in front of me gets blown up inside the station by the station itself. So you should search my YouTube channel for Anaconda Destroyed and watch that video. That was pretty wild. And I've got a video of a Guardian skimmer,
Deployed.
not the Guardian Sentinel, but the Guardian skimmer, and I'm told that's very rare to be able to see that, or especially videotape it. So do a search on Guardian and skimmer to see that video. Is a crashed ship, and it was protecting that crashed ship, and it shot a missile at me, and the missile blew up right in front of
Deploying ground services.
right in front of the SRV. It blows up. So that's pretty wild. There's a lot of wild when it comes to Elite Dangerous. We should get over the 8.4. We're at 8.393 now. And I bring you a video at every 50 million. See, we went over 8.4 billion. Is this right? Oh, we still have 3 every teal somewhere, so we got to find that one. There it is. I think we were 9 million away, something like that, and we're 8406, so it's around 15 million. So pretty cool. Now we're at 9 hours and 15, so we can't do any more on that one. And by say 3 or 4, it's got to be 10. Okay, we got to get back to Sothis mining so we can make another load, and then that will be the end of this video. So make sure at the bottom right that you subscribe to my channel. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps me with YouTube to get support. And plus you'll be notified when I create additional videos. So I really appreciate that you came along and that you watched the video. And hopefully you'll watch more of my videos, and I will do my best to keep you updated on all the new content and how to do things. Like my beginning series takes you from the very beginner, and I try to bring you along to where you're able to do 6.4 billion, and that's after restarting my account twice. Or it could have been a whole lot higher if I didn't get bored at times and just restart my character. Well, I'm not going to do that anymore because I got too much to lose now. So let's get back to Sothis mining. And underneath the video, there's ways that you can donate. Please consider making a donation. No amounts too small or too large. And underneath the video to the left, you'll see my YouTube channel, GFM_RDG, where you'll find those over 500 videos for you to watch of all kinds of topics within Elite Dangerous. So let's get to Sothis mining, where we can load up again. That's part of the grind. Just load up, deliver, load up, deliver, load up, deliver constantly. So tomorrow is the April the 7th beta for fleet carriers. And
Shift attach complete. Follow the greens on your way out.
And Frontier has said several times that you will have to have 5 billion in your account to beta test.
In place in this sector.
To beta test as an owner. Now, if someone invites you to land on their fleet carrier, you could possibly do that. So during the beta test. Now, for me, it's going to take a while to get everything all set up. I'm not saying I would never do that. I'm not saying that. But really, what mine is going to be set up for is like a motorhome.
Charging.
And I'm going to carry all my stuff on it. And my ships and my engineer modded modules and all those things.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
There'll be another. Tomorrow's beta test will be for PC users only, But in May, they'll be for PC users and consoles. And in June, they're going to sell them to us for potential permanent use, if you wish. There is a decommissioning, but you'll lose $1 billion. But you can decommission it if you just feel it's too expensive and you don't want to continue. But that's probably to keep you from decommissioning and then commissioning, decommissioning and then commissioning. That's probably why they did it that way. So there has to be a cost involved to either keep it or don't. So it will cost you 10 to 25 million a week in June. Now in the beta test it will too, but it's kind of play money. They take a snapshot of your account at some point in the past, 2 weeks or a week or days or whatever. And so if it's 2 weeks ago, I had 6.3 billion, still enough to beta test and have some credits for fuel, which is kind of the idea. So always join me with my videos, and it's all preparing for fleet carriers, space legs, and planetary personal bases. So we need credits, and it's really all about credits. So that's how we're going to prepare, and you'll see myself, it's the day-to-day grind preparing for all of this new content that's going to be and is coming out now, or we're testing for. Fleet carriers is just the beginning. ED went quite a long ways since the last time they added content. Sis left. So we all wish they wouldn't wait so long to add content, but my videos viewership has soared to over 600% since before March the 26th, or like March the 25th to now. It's over 600%, and today there's been spikes that have been really crazy, like over 1,000% just in the spikes, but it's averaging over 600%. We have to watch our sensor because pirates have superpowers. They can just pop in anywhere that they wish, and they'll pop in right behind you. It's like they weren't there and then they're there. And the rest of us can't do that, but the pirates can. And they can travel across the system in seconds. The rest of us can't, but pirates can. So again, that's one of my complaints. They shouldn't have superpowers. If you're going to have NPC pirates, they should be like everyone else. So, no superpowers, but they do, and there's no way of changing it. It is what it is. And if you complain to Sis left, if you complain to Frontier, they say it's working as intended.
Docking request granted.
And I think that's one of the ships up there that's always trying to beat us to the pad. Yep, it is. It's just to aggravate you. They follow that. There's two ships. They follow me around the galaxy just to beat me to the small and medium stations. And I know it's just programmed in that way to be the obstacle course mentality. And it's there to aggravate you.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Okay. Is this right? Make sure we've delivered. Yes, we have. All right. We did hit that 8.4 billion, and every 50 million I will bring you a video, and we'll talk about the things I have learned in between videos, and give you a complete recap of what I know about fleet carriers, space legs, and personal planetary bases. So for the rest of the year. So stay in touch. Please subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything. Keeps you up to date because it lets you know when I put out another video. So, and it helps me with YouTube to get some funding from YouTube. So until next time, as always, and I truly mean it, thank you for watching.